USA. Then everybody be surfing, surfing USA. Surfing USA.
We're hanging 10 and using sunscreen on the beach at Waikiki. It's time for gymnastics. Gold medalist Tim Daggett. The Americans want to go back to the Olympics like the Hamm twins, but my question is, what's up with the Chinese? How good are they?
They are good. Reigning Olympic team champions. They got youth, they got experience, they got it all.
Elfie, nice bathing suit, but what are the Romanian men like?
Hey, the Romanians won last year, the first time they won over the Americans. They said they're in big trouble here in Honolulu.
Big wave coming in. Here we go. All the Hawaiian trademarks are here. The huge waves of Oahu's north coast. Diamond Head and Waikiki, perhaps the most famous beach in all the world. Not far from here in Honolulu is the Blaisdell Center. NBC Sports presents the Pontiac American Team Cup. China, Romania, and the United States, a year after the Olympic Games in Sydney. Some familiar faces like Marian Dragulescu of Romania and the Hamm twins from the United States. With one Olympics under their belt, they want to stick with the program until Athens 2004. This is the Blaisdell Center in Honolulu. And as we begin our coverage, we start with the Chinese men. This is an entire nation buoyed by an Olympic team gold medal. Already we've seen very low scores on the rings. This is Zhao Zhe, who just missed making the Olympic team for Sydney, Tim. So obviously he's totally committed for the Athens program.
Well, definitely, and I have to tell you, he has got what it takes in this new code of points to bring in a big score. Al, if you are not an absolute monster, physically just stronger than you could even imagine, you can't even get close to a 9 on the rings nowadays.
But this is an event that is pretty easy for him. His third visit to the team championships.
Easy because he's got muscles in his sweat. That's why.
Time out. This is what I don't understand about this sport. The sport is on the map because of perfect 10s in Montreal in 1976. It seems as though since then, all the international governing body has done is made the sport difficult so that 10s are not probable. In Sydney, there weren't any 10s. There wasn't even a 9-9. And now, after the Olympics, they've made the sport harder, so 10s are even more remote. What are they doing?
Probable is not the word. Not possible is what they're going for. And I have to totally disagree with the way that they're going. It adds excitement. I mean, this is an incredible exercise, and I don't think it'll even reach the 9-5 area. You have got to be so strong to do this. Right here, he's going to pull his body up and get horizontal with the floor. That is unreal, but he's probably going to be low 9s. Just crazy.
It's like the National Football League saying, I know fans love touchdowns, but we're going to make them harder to see. Look at that, 9.3, and that was very good. Mr. Experience on the Romanian team, and the Romanians are in danger of keeping a very low score. They are going to keep an 8.65 in the very least. It's 5 gymnasts per apparatus. You keep your 4 best scores.
And this is a perfect example right here. This guy, one of the top 5 in the world. Watch this mount here. Double layout. Punch front. He is unquestionably one of the best in the world. I think if he puts together a perfect exercise for him, he ought to be right around that 10-0 mark. He will not be, though. The code is too hard.
In talking to Marian, he said that he had to do very little in changing this floor exercise routine from last year's routine at the Olympic Games.
That's because he was already so good. We'll get a chance to see him on another leg event later on vaulting. Does something that just blows your mind every time you see it.
Music in the background, which has nothing to do with his routine, is perfect for the year that we're in.
Another required element there. You now must do either a side flip or an Arabian somersault. We'll see a bunch of those. Big time dismount. Double twisting double.
Yeah, definitely going to help the Romanian cause here.
You know, he just makes that look way, way too easy. That's 2 flips, 2 twists at the end of a floor exercise routine that is already jam-packed.
And now to the United States. Scores in the 8s, 3 of them, as a matter of fact, and that's something I think we're going to have to get used to today. Paul Hamm with his brother Morgan Hamm, they both made the Olympic team, both went to Sydney, and all the American men were disappointed with the results. This is always one of the strangest years in gymnastics, the year after the Olympics, when countries retool to get set for the next Olympics 4 years down the road.
And both of these guys, Paul and Morgan, had to completely revamp many of their exercises to accommodate the new code of points. Paul has done a terrific job.
This is actually his very first competition at his attempt of the new code.
And that a new element right there that gives him an extra 1/10 of a point. And right here,
little struggle.
Boy,
What was supposed to happen there,
well,
Tim?
he was supposed to fly right up to the handstand and then do a quarter turn and come right back down.
A little more smoothly than that, but I guarantee you, you will not see that from this young man at the next competition.
Yeah, it really is remarkable how much he has upgraded his difficulty, how many new elements he's doing in such a short amount of time.
Dragulescu gets a very high score, 9.5. It's amazing, really. Morgan and Paul Hamm, a year before the Olympics, were not even on the radar, and then suddenly they were landing at the Olympic airport, both of them. All right, now Tim is all pumped up for what we're going to see right now. Tim, take it away.
Well, this guy, he is the new strongest man in the world. It is unbelievable. Saw him in training the other day.
Now, wait a minute,
It was a little bit out of the corner of my eye.
Every day in training, you were saying, this is impossible. How does this guy do it? I don't get it.
Right from the get-go, watch how he gets into an iron cross. He just lifts his body. That's not the most. Watch what he does here. He just leans forward.
Just not possible.
This is...
Yeah, but can he pull a car with his teeth?
Yeah, right. He can push up from a Maltese right there. This guy says that his favorite event is still rings. No kidding.
And the positions are bang on. This is definitely an exercise in what the new code of points should look like.
An exercise in futility for everybody else, because if you are not born like this guy, there is no way you can achieve that level of strength. The other day, we're in the gym, and the entire American delegation is lined up, and we're all kind of just watching what's going on in the arena, and everybody's eye just goes over to this right here, and everybody's shaking their heads. Did he just do what we thought he did right there?
He sure did.
All right, I have a feeling everyone in the arena is about to be extremely confused. They think that what they are watching right now on replay and what they've seen just moments ago is perfection on the still rings. Guess what? 9.55.
Oh, Al, that is just plain wrong.
One of the darkest chapters in American history. The invasion of Pearl Harbor is commemorated at the USS Arizona Memorial. It's one of those take-your-breath-away stops in Honolulu. World War II concluded when the Japanese surrendered on the decks of the USS Missouri. Now retired, Big Mo sits in Pearl Harbor, and the American gymnasts visited with a chance to take a picture under the big guns of Big Mo.
How's it going?
Well, it's going great for the gymnasts. They've been given a waterfront hotel right on Waikiki Beach. Meanwhile, no one goes to Pearl Harbor without feeling affected in some way. Beth Riak is with us, of course, and she's down on the floor. Beth?
Thanks, Al. For both the Chinese and Romanian teams, a visit to Pearl Harbor is a significant part of this trip. In fact, this is the first souvenir the Romanians bought when they got off the plane. It's a copy of the newspaper from December 7th, 1941. And both teams will visit Pearl Harbor before they leave the islands. Now, on the lighter side, Romania is halfway around the world from Honolulu. And the joke in Romania is that if something's far away, they say it's as far away as Honolulu. So when the teams were checking in at the airport and they said, check the bags to Honolulu, the ticket agent said, get real, you gotta be kidding me. And they said no, and then the same thing happened at customs. So as they told us, this is a very exotic trip, and from Romania, no one ever goes to Honolulu.
Meanwhile, Beth did a great job coordinating our whale watching cruise. We didn't see anything, but it was a great cruise. Only about half the boat got seasick. All right, here's the